Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blood, Fate, and Fortune, a game of swashbuckling, sorcery, and seduction, all set in the world of 7th. My name is Dan McCurdy. I'll be the storyteller this evening. You can find me at RevDMC247 on TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, and if you find me anywhere else, don't tell anyone, and if you do, I'll take it out on the cute one. I'll allow my players to introduce themselves, starting with Leonora.
Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie, also known as Gizmos Aplenty across the internets, and tonight I am portraying Leonora Orsini, de Sorte Strega.
Good evening. I'm Jeremiah McCoy, also known as Basics of the Game, and tonight I am playing Mykolas Kelvan, the Losajas, and throwing it to our fourth prophet over here.
Hello, everyone. I am Wolfgar, Reaper Wolfgar, anywhere it matters. If you find me anywhere else, no, you didn't. And tonight I will be playing Fr Rafael Rodriguez, just the priest and nothing else.
Hi. Hello, my name is Took, or Took, I guess. You can find me everywhere at Took, I guess, especially on the Twitchies and the TikTokies, and now on YouTube at Wishful Thinking Folios, abbreviated What the Fuck, because it's funny. And tonight I am going to be playing the Muscle Mommy Monster Hunter, now Knight of Avalon, Roan Ibex.
So wait, all you needed to do was add the Knight of Avalon to it, and you could get through Monster Hunter Muscle Mommy. You did it first.
I wrote it down 5 seconds before I did this.
We're growing in the new year. This is character growth and player growth. All right. Our previous episode of Blood, Fate, and Fortune, the party, having managed to calm the wintry storms that were surrounding Rowan's home of Sheetguard, they still needed to track down help for Umberto in healing his soul, which had been damaged and was in the process of bifurcating, leading to him having multiple visions and seeing multiple paths that he might have walked as he was affected by the magic of the Fae, which was everywhere in the Glamour Isles, which did not bother anyone else in the party. Everyone else thought it was a fun time and no one was in any way concerned. In order to do this, they traveled to the land of Inishmore, where they met a dragon. One of the last dragons, if not the last dragon in all of the land of Thea. And there was a time where they were interacting with this dragon, feeling like they were being tested, but they kept their cool in the testing. They were they listened to the questions and they interacted, and they got to see some more history of what had happened to the dragons and the role that they had played. And then finally the dragon gave them an egg, promising to heal Umberto, but said that her clutch of eggs might have been one of the last clutch of dragon eggs in the world and needed a male in order for them to be fertilized and hatch, and so entrusted them to take an egg to a place where it would be warm and where it would be safe. And maybe one day a male dragon might find it and allow it to continue the species of the dragons. That, however, has been some time ago. The party, under the need of Umberto and his urgency to get back to Vidaci as quickly as possible, now that they have delivered the body of Sir Bryant and are no longer following that particular quest line, in the capital of Inishmore, Donegal, they were able to get a quick ship called the Golden Coffer, a trade ship that would operate going back and forth between Donegal and Inishmore and Mondovi and Vidaci. They got aboard and their journey began. They've been aboard probably at this point about a week and a half. And the seas have been relatively peaceful. The seas immediately around Inishmore were a little bit rough, as would be befitting this time of year, but they've been traveling south. And as they have done so, the weather has continued to get warmer, and the seas have been generally calm. There's been the occasional rainstorm and things like that, but for whatever reason, the big bad storms don't seem to be hitting them anymore. Actually, that is a point of clarification. Mykolas, would you use your power to just generally keep chill? Would you tend to use it, or would you tend to only interfere if things were getting bad?
Usually only if it's getting bad. Like
Okay.
he's not going to be like, yeah, it's going to be smooth sailing all the time. I'll just use this every day. But like, if somebody's like, that storm looks awful, okay, I'll fix that.
Okay. Yeah. So there's been the occasional storm. The ship has occasionally been tossed, but nothing like the winter storms you all were encountering in the Maw, where you were forced to make land in hopes the ship would survive. As you have been traveling over the seas, this is not the first time you've all been on a boat. In fact, it's probably one of the easier trips. We are going to go around and just sort of hear what people have been up to in their time on the boat. Let's start with Lenora.
So Lenora has been obviously very anxious to get home or to get out of Inishmore and Avalon because it's been a little too weird. And she has also been given charge of this egg, not necessarily directly, but she's kind of taken that parental figure approach to make sure this egg is safe and secure. Every so often, she will find a closed quarter. She will bring out the egg, make sure it is okay. She'll even attempt to read it a few times. But overall, she's fascinated with the idea that this egg is real, for one, and then two, needs to find the father so it can become a continuation of the dragon lineage.
Every time you read, there's nothing from the egg. And you get the very strong impression that whatever fate dragons can carry, until a father appears for the egg, fate does not really acknowledge it. It is an inanimate object until that happens. The longer you're looking at it, it's warm to the touch, not painfully hot, but no matter what the weather was doing when you're out in the cold, as things get warmer, whenever you touch it, you can feel warmth coming from it. And also, you're starting to get the impression this egg is gold. It does not just look gold. It has a metallic golden sheen in it. And it just has this... You haven't been around a ton of money in your time, but in general, like, your parents did trade and stuff. And so there was a lot of, particularly in Vidachi, okay, they paid us in gold, but is it really gold? Did someone try to counterfeit? And you're fairly certain that this egg is actually made of gold. And as you're touching it, it's real, it's warm, and it's waiting.
She is going to be like extra careful. Well, because like she doesn't know exactly the crew that we keep around. But she's going to be like extra careful to make sure that she has either it's either in her bag at all times or that she has it safely guarded, giving it to one of the other parties if need be, but making sure that it is protected and guarded because it is such a precious thing at that point, not only because it is a dragon, but also because not knowing of money or not coming from money, Lenora is just very grateful, but also like cautious of what that could bring just being gold. She knows that money brings hardship unintended. So she's just trying to make sure that it is very low key. And while the voyage is going on, she's also going to release some lashes on her journeys.
And you're able to keep that relatively low key. You've done a pretty good job of keeping your lashes reasonable throughout your time in Avalon, and so you're able to bring it down to 2, I believe you said.
Yes.
Okay. And so yeah, you're staying at 2 lashes. And just as you were watching the egg, remind me your notice.
My notice is 2.
2. Yeah, with the notice of 2, a thing that would, because you've been traveling with it for some time, and traveling with ships is weird because sometimes they have to maneuver around obstacles and things like that. You start to notice that the black thread, which is always going off in the direction of Vidachi, Well, it tends to be going in the direction of Umberto and then to Vidaci. It never touches the egg. Like, even when, because it kind of serves as a compass, when it turns and moves, it will flow over the egg. Most objects, fate threads just kind of go through. They don't acknowledge. It's not like they exist in the physical world. It's, and if you ever get to the point where you kind of like test it, it is definitely avoiding contact with the egg.
So it's black threadophobic. Got it. Great. I'm finding that out. I'm probably also humming to it, but otherwise, I'm trying to just keep it low while I'm also still very meh on boats.
Are you humming your lullaby?
I am.
All right. Mykolas, how about you? What have you been getting up to this week and a half aboard ship?
I think he's probably spending his time with the crew and being useful. Like, this is not his normal environment, but he's a big, strong, athletic guy. Like, he can handle a lot of stuff. So he's like walked up to somebody and said, "Okay, what do you need me to do?"
They are so they're this is a route where there are often passengers, and they're used to passengers just kind of being passengers. And so when you're like, how can I be useful? But there's always stuff to do. So pretty quickly they put you to work working the ropes and stuff like that. And you also get the impression, because this is a commercial crew, they fly Castilian colors, but they are not owned by the crown. They and they just do a lot of traveling around the coast. They get a lot of workers, and some workers have not had as much experience. And so the quartermaster and the captain, who is Ernesto Etfili, they're good teachers. And so they're like, okay, sure. And also, you look like you could handle yourself in a fight, and pirates are occasionally a problem. So you knowing what the ship is doing, so that in the middle of a fight, maybe you can help out with something. Yeah, so they are more than happy to literally show you the ropes.
Okay.
All right. What about Father Rafael?
That was a lot. Raphael, seeing Rowan come into her own like that, and then coming face to face with things he has only barely read about, and they're real. They were in front of him, could reach out and touch them. That is not something that he can deny. And then to get the information from Micah about where to go and what this is, and getting some brief insight as to what his gift actually is, it breeds more questions for him that he is sort of kind of just pushing down for the moment, because he can't look into them right now to begin with. Making their way to Vidaci, being what that is, there's an undercurrent of nervousness there, so much so that he doesn't really allow himself to sit still. He is flitting from person to person, crew, checking in with them, making sure, and even with the party itself, making sure, checking in with them, sitting with them when they're doing menial tasks for a while, and stuff like that. And then just making sure that, like, doing much of what he did the last time they were on the ship, making sure morale is good for the crew and all of that other stuff, to keep himself as busy as possible, because he is worried, but he is also trying to make sure that he still is that pillar of support, that consistent pillar of support, because that's what he does. And that's kind of where he sits. He's not upset by this at all or anything like that. He finds comfort in it in a lot of ways. So he is very much keeping himself as busy as possible and talking to folks and all of that. And he very much is. I will say, if you do find him sitting still, it is not for very long, and it usually is only when he's asleep.
Go ahead and give me a wits and scholarship.
Oh, goody.
Actually, no, check that. Panache and scholarship.
Panache. Ooh. Let me find my dices. Oh, it's the same pool though. Yay. And do I get flair?
You do get flair. First roll of 26.
Yay.
At least in recording.
That is 3.
3. With 3, you are you're definitely picking up the crew. Again, this is another Castilian crew, like the one you all took through the Maw, and they're not all religious. Well, they're not all faithful, but they are all religious. And so they're like sailors are a superstitious lot in here. You know, they want the prayers of the prophets. They want the prayer over the meal. They do this, and you have all of those prayers, and you are delivering them beautifully. And the crew is performing better because of that. The only one not immediately obviously helped by all your prayers is the new hand that they have going around helping them out, that being Mykolas.
He provides a different moral support for Mykolas.
and Mykolas, who can appreciate a prayer well read, even if it's not part of his belief system. And how about Rowan? What is Rowan up to as processing a week and a half, and also having just gotten home and then immediately leaving?
Sad. But I will say she did leave someone in charge, the person who's would normally be in charge of the estate.
Alara is generally going to continue running it in your stead. She's kind of settling into the role of seneschal of the house, since she's no longer lady of the castle.
That makes sense. So on the boat though, helping Leonora with the egg every now and again, in private, putting it in a baby Bjorn, basically. And being more mother than she really thought she would be. This is kind of cool. But when she's not doing that, she is discovering how her powers work by accident. Like falling downstairs, finger snapping back in place, but very more weirder than she was told it might happen in that way. But she's ignoring that because she don't want to deal with that trauma right now. Well, I guess that she would also just have conversations, be very social. She's still very happy about her recent I want to say upgrade, but what's what I'm looking for? Shift in knighthood.
Has being made a knight of the Grawl changed how she is presenting herself to others?
Oh, she's more. I think like the whole group would see her. She's starting to act a lot more like Sir Bryant in a lot of ways than she probably wouldn't even realize. She's being very social. She is drinking with some of the people. If someone's having a bad time, she's like, come on, dude, and like smacking them on the back and like being way more out there and present than she normally would be.
As not only a knight, but also technically as a baron, because you now have a castle that is your land. Is Rowan changing how she introduces herself to people? Is she Sir Roan Ibex? Is she Baron Roan Ibex?
I think she's probably gonna be like, someone goes, "What's your name?" And she's like, "Sir Roan Ibex, a pleasure to meet you, dude," and just like smacking him on the shoulder or something.
Awesome.
I
And
don't think
having
she's ready
just,
for the Baron part yet.
having just poofed in, Umberto, you're on a Castilian ship. It is taking you to Vidachi. It's making really good time. You're about a week and a half into your journey. It is no longer cold as you are continuing to travel south and making your way around the first of the peninsulas of southern Thea. What would Umberto be getting up to? Also, the moment you left the Glamour Isles, your powers returned. And how would Umberto be dealing with... First, he had been dealing with the absence, and now feeling whole again, his powers have also returned. So how's he doing?
Well, as soon as he gained the ability to feel his gifts again, he gave a very hearty wave to the Glamour Isles and says, "I hope I never see you again."
like I'm good. It's been great.
Yeah. Roan, I love you, but no, never again.
If this is in any way earshot of Leonora, she is just like nodding in agreement.
It's been swell, but the swelling's
Yeah.
gone down.
Exactly. But while he's on the ship, he is kind of just trying to make himself useful.
Mhm.
Again, he seems very comfortable on the ship, trying to just get things. He's trying really hard. It's not working, but he's trying to be helpful.
Mm-hmm. As we've already established with Mykolas, the crew, they are surprised when passengers want to help, but they're certainly not going to tell them no. They can always use another pair of hands. And so the weather has been going great and stuff. And meal is being served. Ship food is always bad. Pretty much just your basic, your hardtack, some rum. And actually, you all have started to notice the food was bad and it is getting worse. The good stuff, the fresh stuff, all ran out a bit ago. And so now you're pretty much dealing with hardtack that you put in, like, all of the water is reserved for making the hardtack edible. And the actual drinking is a little bit of water and the booze. And so you all are starting to figure out, particularly, like, none of you have a lot of sailing experience, but you're starting to figure out the ship is starting to run low on supplies. But the meal is there. There's some very dried out fruit, hardtack. No one's wanted the meat that they have on board for a couple of days now, so no one's eating that anymore. But you are all gathered in the kind of wherever you would want to gather to eat. There isn't really a dedicated eating area. People tend to eat in their rooms. You all would have some very tight sort of passenger quarters. It would be Leonora and Roan in one room, Mykolas, Umberto, and Rafael in another. And it's basically the ladies would probably have cots. The guys would have 3 high hammocks, essentially, and just you've been shoved wherever there's space, because they also have a full trade load. Where on the ship would you all think you would gather to eat?
I mean, I'd think the galley would be an easy.
Well, the galley's where the food's prepared, but there aren't like
Oh.
tables. It's not like there isn't a dedicated, this is where we all sit down space.
Oh,
If there is room or space up on the deck that's out of the way of the crew and the general operations of the ship, he will Raphael will sit up top there, mostly just to feel the breeze on his face, because while he has not sailed before, traveling by boat is something he might have to get used to. So he's trying to get himself sort of used to it at this point. So he's just going to sit
I'm
in the
actually,
corner on the front deck and eat.
I'm going to suggest the forecastle,
Okay.
because it's out of the way of most of the stuff they have to do on the deck anyway, and it's a good view up at the front of the ship.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'd
That'll
follow
be
that
where he
lead.
is. Yep.
Yep. You all are able, you're even able to get like some crates and like a couple of barrels and stuff to use as seats and tables, and I'll kind of gather around to eat. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna say this is probably around lunch. you've been on the ship for about 9 days now, and you're probably getting a little stir crazy at this point. It's a long time to be in a very enclosed area. And like I said, you're over the food.
Yeah, Roan would probably be anywhere that Raphael would be to eat and stuff. She does not like to eat alone. So and also not just Raphael, she will alternate between everybody. So the first person she sees when she's hungry, she's like, "Come on, bud."
Well, sounds like you
Yay.
see Mykolas up on the
I love
forecastle
that.
and other people generally going there as well. So, and that's like the front of the ship. You have the view out over everything. While you all are gathered and eating, the captain, again, Ernesto Itzfili, comes up to you and says, hello, everyone. I hope the meal hasn't been too miserable.
I'm a soldier. I'm used to worse.
Mm.
So
I mean, it is better than going hungry.
Very
It's
true.
the alternative.
You will be happy to hear, or maybe not. Yeah, I know you all were speaking of traveling as quickly as you could. With the help that you all have been providing, both helping in the ship with the ropes and with morale, and he gives a respectful nod to Raphael. We've made a particularly good time. We are now to the south of the Montagnan Peninsula, and we are looking to make our first stop for refit and supplies. This stop probably won't need to take particularly long. The mild weather means that repairs will be minimal. I am probably going to give the crew a day or two just to stretch their legs to sort of help everyone. We are going to be stopping probably tomorrow morning on the Isle of La Motte. It is a province of Montaigne, part of the empire, but again an island, so separate from most of it. And we will be restocking on our fresh food, fresh water, and doing whatever brush ups or anything like that are required. Just so you all know, I expect we'll be getting in tomorrow morning. Is there anything else I or the crew can do? You all have been very lovely passengers, some of the nicest we've had in the last couple of years.
No, thank you so much for the update on our travels. Of course, the crew needs a rest. I think we all need a bit of a rest. And she's just like looking at the food and looking at the sea and just trying not to think about how like queasy she's kind of feeling. It is not an everyday journey for me, so that's what'll be good.
Of course. Well, I will get back to things. Endure the rest of your meal, I suppose, and think well of home cooked meals once we're there, and fresher food at least when we get into the second leg of our journey.
Good. I'll be around to do rounds before dinner.
Appreciated, Father. And he heads on down. Does anyone have any conversations that they wanted to have on the ship, or tasks or things they wanted to do? I'm seeing a nod from Leonora, so who would you be looking for?
I mean, I think immediately after the captain leaves, she will kind of speak in a semi-hushed tone, just because she doesn't know too much about Montaigne. She'll be like, so La Motte, where is that? What do we need to know about La Motte?
Can I use my scholarship to help answer the
what's your
question?
scholarship?
3.
3. All right. And this is Raphael anyway. Yeah, Raphael, you're kind of excited about La Motte. Like when you hear that we're stopping at La Motte, Raphael perks up. So La Motte belongs to the House La Motte, also known as hang on while I look up my notes. The House of the Gilded Stag, one of the great noble families of Montaigne. The House of Mont, signified by the gilded stag. Raphael's familiar with them. They're one of the few great houses of Montaigne that didn't follow L'Empereur into agnosticism. Not agnosticism, into agnosticism. They have remained fierce believers. And the first Adrien Lamotte, there have been quite a few Adrien Lamottes, but one of their more famous ancestors and essentially a founder of the house the way it exists now, was a noted disciple as in traveling companion of the second prophet. He also, they were very involved when Castile finally earned its independence from Montaigne after the recent wars. The battle was being set up. It had not been being run well by Montaigne. It had kind of gotten the legs cut out from under it, and the Castilians were fighting for independence. And then the flag of the golden stag appeared, the gilded stag, appeared on the battlefield in a position where it might have supported either side. And the Montagnans were so afraid that they would side with Castile because of the Vatican connection that the Montagnan general quit the field, and essentially was the beginning of the end for Montagnan occupation. And so, of all the Montagnan families, the Lamottes are very highly respected in Castile, and they never fought. Like they were accused of treason back in Montaigne, but he was like, I was going to fight with Montaigne. You all didn't wait to see who I would fight with. You just left. And he's powerful enough that the emperor finally just let it slide because he was on the verge of some bad stuff happening, and so just couldn't afford to press it. So there are pilgrimages to this island because of the role that Adrien Lamotte played in the history of the second prophet.
Yeah. So Raphael will give them the information about it being a noble house and things of that nature. We'll start to go off on the tangent of how significant it was in their side in the battle with Montaigne to bring Castile and stuff like that, and realize they are not, none of them are from Castile with the exception of Roan. And it's going to be one of those, we're going to put a pin in this so I can gush to her later about this. However, during pillow talk, however, this is not what they need to know, but would still like let them know that this very well respected family and things like that, and just sort of give them what they need to know outside of the pilgrimage like type of thing. Although he may make mention of it so much that he might do some exploring while they are on the island for the couple of days that they are. But there is that, to answer Lenore's question.
Anyone who had invested any amount of time knowing anything about noble houses would be aware of the Lamottes. They're the sort of family that has a lot of mythology built around them, and so they appear in fairy tales. Adrien Lamotte was a disciple of a prophet, so.
I have a question for Leonora and Umberto, if you have a moment.
I see.
We're headed to your home. This is going to be places that you have connections and problems, as I understand it. Is there anything that you need from us?
I think that is more of a question for Umberto. I am just knowledgeable of the area surrounding Felici, but if there is anything in particular, I know that Umberto is very keen on getting a pay job.
That is a valid point, Mykolas. You said that there is going to be trouble, not the potential of it, but that there is going to be for you in particular. Umberto.
Not worry.
How do we play this?
He'll kind of. He's been smiling this whole time, just excitedly, and then once that's said, he'll kind of darken a little bit. Whatever happens, just let it happen. There's going to be, and he'll kind of shift. I have not been home in years. And the one I am eager to see may not be as excited as I am, which would be understandable. Whatever happens, just let it happen.
Whenabouts did you leave?
A few years ago.
Storyteller, would I know, because I left from outside of Felicia itself. Would I have known in the past couple years a shift in the politics or a shift in the government to common folk relationship within the past couple years?
Let's come up with a way with what this would not have been common knowledge, but you had access to more than just common knowledge. Let's go ahead with your wits and scholarship just to see what you might have noticed and cataloged.
Okay. Flair. Where's my Flair dice? I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna have to roll this right now. Okay. There. 3.
3. About 2 years. So being near Felici lands, Felici men, the people who worked for them, you did not mess with them. If they they tended to get good deals when they would go to inns and on food. They would be, if they pushed someone around, you tended to just suck it up and deal with it and hope that they would ignore you again the next time. About 2 years ago, the Felicis were cleaning house and even put bounties out that the common people could call in on some of their hired help. Which was rare because mostly they say, if someone works for us, you do not touch them. It wasn't one person. There was men clean house, but the timing lines up pretty well.
I don't know how things were when you were back in the city, but things have changed, Umberto. Things have gotten worse than what they were.
And he'll kind of just look up and chuckle. I wonder how much I'm worth now.
Whatever the two of you... I will follow your leads. This is your home. You know it better than I do. Whatever happens, I'm with you, whatever you choose.
I will put it this way. I need to get into Felici. That is difficult for someone of my standing. To not only leave, but to return to. So if you can get me in, then I can be as of the most help when we are within city walls.
I can get you in.
How
Right
far
around
in do
this
you need?
point, there is a pulse. Umberto, on your wrist, you feel just uncomfortable heat, like your hand being too close to a fire, and you pull it away, and so like right on the edge of pain, like when your skin's telling you no.
Yeah.
So no damage is done. Leonora, through the black thread, you feel a pulse of energy, and you're going to take 1 minor wound.
You are going to, because she's kind of used to having 1 or 2 minor wounds, because of how often she relieves lashes. You're going to see her wince, like as if she stepped on something sharp.
Would I have noticed that?
With the way it was just described, I think that's fair. She said you would notice.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know. I just that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, tell me about it. Are you all right?
What happened?
There, and she's going to like read around, because she hasn't been reading this whole time, but she's like reading the area, reading her friends, seeing if she's being watched, just to kind of suss out what she might think it is.
Ships are weird, because every life on the ship is very dependent on the ship itself surviving. Everyone on the ship's kind of a knot, but you don't, other than the weird thing that you have always with you, the black thread, which is looped around Umberto. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Can I tell? Yeah, Umberto, are you like? Did you react to a hand or a wrist or?
Yeah, when he would have kind of like felt it and then looked like, what the hell was that?
Can I tell if the black thread is wrapped around that wrist?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Umberto, we have talked about this very briefly before, but we have some kind of a connection based on a mutual party, apparently. And if you just felt something within your hand, that was the surge that struck me.
I have been putting this off because I need to understand it. Why you? I mean, they're not, it's not like you're a rare bird. But
wow, thanks very much. I appreciate that.
And as much as I want to just say very unkind things to the thing you toy with, why you?
I would very much like to know the answer to that. For as long as I've known. And she's telling this out to everyone, still like in the hope that it's just them hearing it.
Yeah.
So hush.
The crew's
enough.
busy and there's not a lot for them to do here.
Exactly. I have lived with the vision of this black thread. You see, when I see everyone, I see various different colors, various different strands, various different lengths of thread going from person to person. But there has always been one black thread from me to someplace south. And I do not know why. And I do not have answers. All I know is that it's coming from me, and she's like pointing at like her where like her stomach would be, but it's like a little bit higher, like in between her ribs, and it's wrapping around your wrist as she's like looking at Umberto with the like strictest eyes that she can, and just back on over there. So my question is, why you? Why are you intertwined in this?
The only answer I could possibly give. And he will look out. Which direction does it go?
She's gonna like look out like on the edge of the ship, just kind of like hold on to one of the sidings, and she's going to point in the direction of Felici.
It has to be her.
The one in the letter that you shared. The one that seemed to connect with Leonora.
She's Strega.
I have been around several Strega. I do not know why this one in particular.
I know I am intimately familiar with how you work your magics. I've seen it done. I've had it done to me. But yes, to know why it's connected to you and her, if it is her. Now, I could just be wishful thinking. Why it's black, though, is very concerning.
Lenora's going to act very rashly right now. She's going to go up to Umberto, hold the wrist that is wrapped in this black thread, and pull the other side. And I'm going to spend a lash, or spend a what? Yeah, I think I have to do I have to take a lash, please. Take one lash and pull your target towards you. I'm gonna give it a little tug.
You're gonna give it a tug. All right, take your lash.
Yep.
As you do that, for a second, the black thread turns gold. Umberto, you are going to take a minor wound of burning pain to your wrist. Leonora, you're going to take 2 minor wounds.
Love that.
As the power crackles along you. And for a moment, you remember the vision you had of yourself. Standing in a tower in Vidaci, not just a Strega, but one of the Strega of the Felici family. And Leonora looks at everyone around, and it's not her. The eyes are dismissive. You are tools to be used and to be discarded. And then it goes away.
As it goes away, she's gonna start hyperventilating again.
Was that necessary?
Hey,
Take
take a breath. Focus right here. Focus on things you can see, hear, smell, touch. You're here with us.
She's grabbing the side of Raphael's face.
Yeah.
And she's going to look into his eyes. And storyteller, would I be accurate in that very moment that I was there?
You're not sure what happened.
Okay.
You felt like that person again, though.
Gonna look into Raphael's eyes, and she's gonna start praying. She's going to say along the lines of Vidachin, Father, please forgive me. I know not what I do. Please, I have done nothing but be faithful, blah, 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 blah. Like as much apologetic Vidachin speech to you.
And what he's basically going to do is he's going to reach out and grab Leonora sort of by the elbows and give that gentle squeeze, and just he is going to talk to her in Castilian and go through his own set of prayers and take in, like, before he had done this, he would have taken out his holy symbol to be more prominently displayed on his chest. So if she didn't want to look him directly in the eye, she could have something to look at. It's just like, hey. And every so often we'll, in the common language, just like, breathe with me. It's okay. It's okay.
In this moment, as you are trying to find this calm, the crew who are moving some stuff around, getting out the various things that they might be able to trade at Lamont, one of them is moving a crate around and they stumble a little bit and the crate falls and the top of it pops off and breaks open. And out of it, a single black ribbon is caught up by the wind, carried along over the deck of the ship, and lands at your feet.
At my feet?
At your feet.
Great. Lenora is taking this as a sign and is going to curse in Vidachin, you fucking bitch, and run to her quarters.
Hey, whoa, hey, fuck. Rowan, go with her.
Not even saying anything. She is immediately going after Lenora. Yeah.
Anyone else looking to have any conversations? Because I'm guessing Lenora doesn't want to talk to anyone right now.
Yeah. I think Mykolas will close with Umberto and be like, whatever happens in your country, I'm not going to allow anything to happen to her while I'm there. No matter the consequences, no matter who I have to go through. I want you to understand that.
Keep her close. And don't
Go ahead.
Don't worry about me. Just focus on her.
That's not.
Umberto, you would
Then
be a
I'll
little
watch your back.
distracted in this moment. Because in Vidachin, there is a superstition about black ribbon, particularly as a way to control Strega. When a Strega is imprisoned, her eyes are covered in black ribbon. When people are worried that Strega might be interfering with them, they start tying black ribbon around their arms and hands. And the nursery rhyme that was sung in Felicia Hall is about black ribbons binding Strega. In fact, you would know that Angelica almost always had black ribbon on her person somewhere. Always that little reminder. And so a black ribbon coming out of nowhere and landing at Lenora's feet right after she did some Strega shit, that's a little bit like Frosty the Snowman actually showing up. Like it's just weird.
He'll pick it up. The one thing I hated more than anything was how they had her caged like a songbird. Always wanted to dance and sing. She was never allowed to leave.
One of the things I do not understand about your people.
My people. Yeah, not sure how accurate that statement is anymore.
Regardless, we have to watch each other's back as much as we can when we are in there. These two in particular. You focus on Leonora. I will watch this one. And points at Umberto and looks at him when he says, after he makes sure to confirm that with Mykolas, he looks at Umberto dead in the eyes and is just like, you're not doing this whole shoulder it yourself thing. There is a way that we all go in, we all do what needs to be done, and we all leave.
I have an idea on something that will help keep Leonora safe. We'll be in the port soon, so we can pursue it there.
What are you thinking?
They control their women, so she doesn't have to be a woman when she arrives.
Oh, I like this plan. We just have to... We can get help. I like this. This is good. I have some spare things she might be able to use.
And we can pick up things in the port, so it should be workable, yes.
Absolutely.
All right. We ready to jump to morning?
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
We're just stopping for port, and then we're going to get back on the ship to go further, right? Or was
Yes.
Got it?
Yeah. This is a stay over. This ship is going to get you all the way to Vidachi.
Nice.
But right now you are in, so right now they're in Montaigne, which is to the far west of the Thean continent in the southwest. Then there is Castile. Then there is Vidachi. So there's a good long bit of trek left before you're there, but Vidachi is the end goal. All right. The following morning, you all wake up and the waves feel different. And as you come out above deck, you can see that you've actually already pulled into the small little port on the south side of the island. Not very big. It's not a major trade hub because, the island only needs what the island needs. There are other hubs that take stuff into the actual mainland of Montaigne. But it looks comfy. It looks fun. It looks seaside. Clearly some money has been invested in this being, workable. And one of the first things you all will notice as you're looking up at the island, looking further in on the mountain that kind of dominates the island, you see this massive fortress that's been built up. And even from where you are, you can see it has some pretty big cannons set up on it. And Mykolas, with your dots in warfare, you can see with the cannons that big and that high, they can control the harbor. You're guessing there are not a lot of pirates who come here.
Not more than once.
Yeah. Hey, this is a good idea. Nope, bad idea.
At least not the same ones twice.
Yeah. All right. It's pulled the ship pulls up. Actually, yeah, it's the Golden Coffer. Yeah, this place has got docks big enough to accommodate this ship. So you're able to sort of pull up to the docks, and immediately the crew who are on the first shift of shore leave are like hurling themselves out. Like they're just like, we're good, we're out. Like they've got the weird half drunken seeming thing of folks who are used to walking on a boat who are trying to get used to the land not being particularly rocky. What are you all doing? It's a kind of nice little town. Looks like they're inns and taverns and all that fun stuff.
Before Umberto leaves the ship with everyone, he's just going to say, what is the expression, you can't go home again? Does it count if you've never been there to begin with?
Who are you saying that to? Or are you just saying it to yourself?
Just saying it out loud. Just staring off into the town and just saying it loud enough for them to hear.
Roan is gonna slap his back kind of hard and be like, you know, I probably wouldn't have gotten that maybe like a month ago, but I feel you. Yeah.
Okay, as you all are disembarking, Umberto, you're just kind of glancing around, checking it in, and then you can see the town is pretty much built around the docks. Like all the people who live here, all the houses here, all the buildings here are specifically for servicing the docks. The main population of the island lives closer towards the fortress itself. And there's a fair amount of wilderness between town and fortress. And as you are glancing in that direction, you see a young brunette woman. It's hard to make out anything more than that at this particular distance, riding her horse pretty hard down towards the port. And not too far behind her, you see two rather rough-looking gentlemen chasing after her.
Okay, I've seen this movie before. I know where this is going. Anyway. He's gonna he's gonna do exactly just that too. He's gonna try to get the high ground above them so he can take one of them off the horse.
Okay, so easily done, because there's a lot of stuff here for haulage, raising stuff up, lowering it down, and things like that. Everyone else, you're all kind of bumbling around in the same place. You see Umberto sort of moving off. What are notice rolls for? Leonora has 2, Mykolas 1, Rafael 1. So Roan and Leonora at least will spot that Umberto is just suddenly moving. Mykolas and Rafael don't immediately pick up. You're either helping out with things or kind of scoping out what's available. But Roan and Leonora see Umberto sort of dash.
Roan is gonna look at Leonora and be like, Can I?
She's going to put a hand on Rowan and she's going to say, "Go forth, Sir Knight," and going to bless her with a minor blessing.
Okay.
That is, I think, another lash for me. Yeah.
Yes. And that'll be 3.
You get 3 bonus dice.
Oh snap! Okay, she's gonna say, "Excuse me," and just bolt through people.
All right. Taking the time for the blessing and everything. Umberto, you manage to get up into a bit of a raised area that you can see that she's going to ride through, and that if they pursue, they will ride through with her. She's coming around, and you're noticing she's definitely giving noblewoman vibes. Like the clothes are the sort that noblewomen who are used to having a little bit of action would normally wear. It's not like long flowing dress, but she's definitely being pursued, and the 2 who are coming up behind her definitely looking like rough swords. And you are going to jump down on the one of them?
Yeah, he's gonna try to jump down and dehorse the person.
All right, let's go. Because you're jumping down, I think it's not exactly brawl. I'm going to say finesse athletics. And don't forget your flair.
That's gonna be a good one too.
Four. He's down. You land, and the guy who sees you kind of sees you at the last second, tries to knock you off, but you just completely guide yourself through, crush him, and he goes down. He's off his horse, and the horse is sort of a little bit dazed and starting to walk off as the other notices this and whirls his horse around.
As he does this, once he like gets to his feet, he's going to draw his sword.
He is riding up at you and seeing you pull your sword out. He also pulls his and is going to strike at you from horseback. We're going to say around this point, Rowan is catching up. And by this time, we'll say Mykolas and Raphael are also aware, either having seen it themselves or Leonora having been kind of like, hey guys.
It was a very much, they looked at me, they were like, where'd they go? And I was like, I don't know. Points over that way.
Leonora has popcorn.
Are we all going to run and help and back Umberto at this point? Is that what we're all doing?
I think we're
Cool.
meandering. I don't think there's a lot of
Got
running.
it.
Probably got it, but yeah.
Like,
We'll trail
if he
behind.
doesn't,
That
Roan will
direction.
be right there, and
Yeah.
will be more than enough backup.
Yeah, we'll be okay if you
Yeah.
guys don't show up.
So the guy's riding at Umberto has not yet clocked Rowan. Rowan, you're coming in. How is Rowan handling? We know Umberto's got his sword out. How's Rowan handling herself at this moment?
He's on a horse, right?
Yeah.
She's in full sprint. And I think she has enough momentum that she can jump very high to basically get on the back of this horse to be able to straddle the guy, bear hug him, and then slam him off of the horse.
All right. Go ahead and give me your brawn and athletics.
Oof. Okay. And I get 3 extra dice because of the blessing?
Yeah. You don't have to use them all at once. You can kind of spread them
Okay,
out
piece
through
them
your
around.
if you
Oh,
want,
fuck
but,
yeah. This lasts like the whole session, right?
for the whole scene.
Whole scene. Okay.
That's how the power reads, right? Lenora, it's for the scene. Yeah.
Okay, I will use 2 then. And you said I get flare, right?
Yep.
So that'll give me nice word, and then
And you don't have to use all 3 at one time.
that's what I was. Okay, I got it. Fuck it, I'll just use 1 then. This is already a really big pool, and I get flare. Okay. Oh, this is about to be gross. Math. Oh my god. Oh wow. Might kill this guy with a bear hug. That is with 1 left over. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dang.
Jesus.
All right. So yeah, he's going to be out. You managed to get on, and you now have his horse. As you just toss him off, and he crashes into the ground. With 6, there's enough for a edit if you want to edit the scene to your advantage in some way.
After like slamming a guy on his neck off the horse, and she was aiming for the one that pulled her sword out at Umberto. She would kind of take the horse and get the horse under control like immediately. And there's another guy, correct?
No, there were 2 guys, and they're both down now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what she would do. She just now have full control of the horse.
After that, Umberto would be like, I brought friends too.
With these 2 guys are both completely unconscious. And shortly after, the woman that they were chasing, who Umberto, you're gonna guess maybe a year or 2 younger than you, rides up and looks very confused. Looks at you, looks at them. They're not dead, are they?
As he's putting his sword away. No, my lady, they're not dead. They're just having a nap. Are you okay?
I'm fine. You were protecting me. Of course you were. These well, they're a couple of my tutors. Chevalier. This is not going to reflect well on their abilities in that particular regard. She smiles and
They're. I'm sorry. Did you say tutors?
yes, the Chevalier tournament jousters. We were having a friendly race.
He's just gonna be looking back to the unconscious people and back to her, and then back down to them. You weren't paying them, were you?
We were, in point of fact.
It is too much. You should. If they were, you said jousters.
Yes.
You'd think they could take a hit better.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Based
need to
on the
find
hit
new
I saw
tutors.
them take from both of you, she as I see Mykolas is just casually walking at the rest of the party wants to join. She looks at them and is like, well, I can see what it must have looked like to you, the charge down. I will let you know we don't have much in the way of bandits on the island, unless a ship has been handled. But I do appreciate the well thought out gesture. She gives a respectful nod. She's on her horse. Actually, she'll hop down from the horse. She'll give a nod to Rowan and say, "You clearly know your way around the saddle very well." And then she'll walk up to Umberto and offer a hand. I'm Charlotte Lamont.
Lamont.
Yes. I am the daughter of Duke Olivier Lamont.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be? Excuse me. And then he will take her hand and he will give a gentle, put a hand behind his back and give a gentle bow, tapping the back of her hand to his forehead. I am Umberto Vitale. I am from Vodacci.
She, at that, kind of tilts her head oddly and looks at you and is like, "You are from Vodacci, aren't you?" Apologies. I'd assumed you were one of our countrymen here. Some Vodaccians take this as offense. You have a Montagnan look about you, it's all.
So I've been told. And no, I take no offense to it. I'd like to think of it as that makes me seem well-traveled.
Indeed it does. And your friend who's so impressively unhorsed, the other one.
Hi, Sir Roan Ibex, at your service. Also, my bad, dude. just as he just
Rowan.
and
Are you also a chevalier? No, you're not Montagnan. What do they call it? Are you a knight?
oh yeah.
Well, then maybe I should arrange for my father to pay you for some lessons while you're here, since it'll be a while before these two can continue in their duties. And I see others are approaching us. Who are all of these?
As soon is Raphael in eyesight?
Yes.
As soon as Umberto sees Raphael, he's going to have the most pale expression on his face and going to just slowly walk towards him.
Raphael just sort of fast, like walks with purpose, sort of gently pushing Mykolas running with the band. Is gonna walk up to Raphael with purpose and sort of drop his voice to a whisper and go, "What did you do?"
Me, and your woman knocked out the tutor of the Duke's daughter.
Oh, for the love of...
Are you making
Just gonna-
friends, Umberto? Are you making friends locally?
I hope so, because the alternative, when those two men wake up, doesn't look good for me. We just got here, and I already feel like I have to steal the boat. Wouldn't it be the first time? But we won't go there. Anyway.
I don't want to interrupt, and Charlotte has kind of walked up to all of you. That was, I will admit, I missed most of your takedown, she says to Umberto. But I glanced over my shoulder and saw one of my tutors unhorsed, and you standing over him with your blade. And then I saw that one just taken out in this great aerial move. It was some of the best entertainment I have had for some time. Would you all be willing to join me up at the castle for a meal? Do you have time? I assume you're in on this latest boat.
We are docked for a few days, and I am sure that it would be the best way to apologize is to accept this invitation. Don't you think, Umberto? I am Leonora.
She laughs and walks
It's
over
like,
to Leonora.
if you need me to have a look...
You are a healer?
The best.
Something like that. I can...
Oh, please don't be so modest. The
I can-
best.
He
like,
just kind of looks like...
By all means. Certainly. I imagine it will mostly be their pride that has been harmed, but and she'll look to Leonora. You have the sound of Vadachi as well, and the look, if I'm being honest. Charlotte Lamont.
It is a pleasure, my lady. And yes, you are very correct. Scarily so. Thank you. And she's going to kind of back away a little bit and just be like, how do I fix this?
No, you look Vadachin and you sound Vadachin. Like in Vadachi itself, it won't stand out quite as much, but you're in Montaigne.
I see.
And then while Father Raphael is, and I'm not going to make you spend hero points to do anything, you're able to make sure that they're not in any immediate danger. She'll also turn to Mykolas and be like, and you're with this merry band as well.
Yeah, my name is Mykolas Kelvan. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I'm about to say Uzuran, but that's wrong. Samartian,
yes. Samartian Commonwealth.
Ah, yes.
Coronian, to be precise.
Ah, all right. I'll admit my studies in your region have been lesser. The tutors that my father tends to hire, they steer clear of some of, like, particularly anything that might come from the device swamps. Yeah,
It's wise.
but welcome, all of you. You also have the look. Are you a mercenary band?
We're friends.
Even more dangerous. And the one doing the healing so well, will they be all right?
They will be likely need some rest more than anything, but it should not be anything permanent.
Excellent. And you, Castilian.
See, there is no escaping it, unfortunately.
Charlotte Lamont.
Oh, Father Rafael Rodriguez at your service, and he.
A father. Well, excellent. Our chapel is well set up in the fortress too, and Father Pierre does good work up there. And so, if there's a study you wish to do, or if you seek absolution yourself, that can be arranged. Absolutely. In fact, at this point, I insist. My father's definitely going to want to hear of this, and he's going to want it in the most over-the-top detail possible. My family has a bit of a reputation as when we go on adventures, it ends up in the storybooks, and so we always like to hear when others have similar tales that they can tell. So she whistles.
If I may, we have a fantastic storyteller just over here. The Sir Roan Ibex is the most fantastic storyteller and even creates a little show for us every time.
Well, then you will definitely be welcome at the feast tonight. Please, 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 everyone come up. And she whistles, and her horse, very well trained, comes straight up to her. Mykolas and Roan immediately clock, this is a war horse, and if she gave it an attack command, there would be trouble. But she hops on him pretty quick and easily. Persepolis is aboard. You don't often quickly remove a horse, but if you want to give Persepolis a chance to run around to whistle and see how Persepolis gets himself off the ship.
I think Roan will once the instructor she bear hugged slammed off the horse, she will get him back up like that, big person, small person thing where she will pick him up.
They're not getting up anytime soon. They are unconscious right now. Like,
oh no, she knows.
Made sure they're fine.
She's just gonna pick him up and put him over the horse.
Put him on his own horse. Yeah.
And then she will, I'll be back, and she will go and get Persepolis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the moment like Persepolis almost drags you off the boat, like is just so let's exactly. Delay in leaving. There's no horse-shaped sized boat and hole in the boat, and they need to repair it. They're able to. Thank you for that one, Umberto. You're all able to get off, and you start heading up to the castle. As you're approaching the castle, a bunch of the guards look a little bit confused because here comes the daughter of the household with a band of strangers with her. But there's also not a lot of surprise. You get the impression that Charlotte is the sort who often finds new friends and wants to engage with new people. And the doors open up without any calls or any requests. And folks walk in, and she gives just the basic, yes, they're with me. They're on the boat. They're staying for a couple of days. I want to introduce them to my father. And you're all moving in, and she's kind of pointing things out. The name of the fortress is apparently the Gilded Rack, and it's actually sort of famous. Since it was built, it has never been conquered by force. It has repelled many attacks in its time. It's one of the reasons why Southern Montaigne is generally, certainly from pirate attack and other types of things, it would just be very difficult to hit. And she's leading you all in and looking around and introducing various servants. And you get the vibe. She knows all of the people who work for her. She's and just kind of has that. Folks in the castle look at her and just get a smile on their face. Like one of those people, someone enters the room and everyone smiles. She's that person in this castle, and she's walking around and it's like, part of the problem growing up in an ancestral multi-generational house like this one, Sir Rowan, you'd probably be aware of this as well, is there's certain folks who have worked here since you were a baby, and they have difficulty understanding that you are now a grown woman and do not necessarily need your nurse watching after you in quite the same way. But everyone, Leonora Orsini, Fr Rafael Ibex, Umberto Vitale, Mykolas Kelvan, and Fr Rafael Rodriguez. This is my nurse, Chloe Dahlia. And an old woman who looks old enough to have babysat the first prophet kind of comes out and is looking at each of you and, very, nods respectfully to each, a little bit deeper to Rowan, deeper still to Father Rodriguez. There's clearly, the respect for the clergy there. And then she looks at Umberto and freezes. And she's staring at you and tilts her head and walks forward, and her hand starts rising, almost like she's going to touch your cheek. Enzo? And with that, we are going to take a quick break. You can see some other things we are going to have on the channel, and we will be back shortly.
After Demetrius notices Verity's death stare and realizes his attempt has gone completely awry, he will just cheers Smael and just very like looks at his strength as he just kind of walks over to Verity, and he kind of, are you okay?
So we're far enough away that her brother and Sophia can't hear us. Yeah, that's the goal here.
You're fairly certain that with the general din of the cup, she would at least have difficulty hearing, and she does seem to be.
But I mean,
She
we're
does seem to be engaged with your brother.
But we're
I'm engaged with your brother.
Yeah, we're at a distance. She would grab Demetrius's collar and like yank him to her, and she'd be like, "I need you to deduce that woman."
Verity.
No, don't even try to be like, I know you. I know what you're capable of. I have read all of the things that have been served to you because they're very good read. But you are going to seduce that red-headed girl and make her fall madly in love with you. Do you understand?
Normally, I am.
She's gonna touch her dagger at her hip and be like,
Or maybe the monarch is drawn to it.
This is possible as well, is it?
Chaosium was built long after the catacombs were dug, so you move around. It could be a connection to the blood, particularly with the connection with the blood and the sorceries. What was your...
Fascinating, yes. Connections in blood. We have to continue.
We are walking. We're making our way. They worry very much, don't they?
You're the one who said that we needed to be quiet and careful, and you're over here, blah, 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 blah. How interesting. You're so beautiful. Blah, 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 blah.
What?
What?
I don't believe I ever got... I mean, you are all, yes, quite pretty, but...
That's twice now. And she would just walk past them.
Everyone is being very strange today.
I walk up to Verity. Verity. I need you to seduce that man.
He said it. He said it.
Don't call it a callback. We never left.
She'd whisper back to him, look, I haven't read a lot of books either.
And welcome back. So, when we left, this old lady revealed to be Chloe D'Alia, a nurse for Charlotte, is standing there. Like, she has not actually touched you, Umberto, but her fingers are just there, and she pulls back as she's just staring at you like you're a puzzle she's trying to figure out. No, I'm... Apologies. I'm sorry. You look very much like, but he would be no, he would be much older now. Forgiveness, please. An old woman in a memory.
No apology necessary. As your lady had said, I look very much like I fit in here. So it's understandable that you might have confused me for someone else.
You don't understand how much. No, you remind me of a member of this household. He's been gone for some time now, though.
A member of this household?
Yes. Enzo. He married in. Anyway, and she kind of looks at Charlotte, who's looking at her, and steps in. It's like, Mama Chloe, maybe go and see how long it will be before the meal. And she's like, yes, of course. Good girl. Hello to all of you, she says, and she walks away. And Charlotte kind of looks after her and goes, she's been with the family for 3 generations, and Still slowing up, but still the first to make sure that wayward children follow their lessons. I'm the first to remind me that I haven't had any yet.
He has the wisdom.
Very much so, very much so. And come this way. And leads you all through kind of a gather area, sort of a vestibule, big, but clearly meant like horses are frequently ridden in here. Like it's, you can tell, and just looking around, you see not only like, you see the gilded stag, like iconography that they have all over the place, but you also see numerous tournament trophies. It's clear that this is a family. They fight in grand tourneys in many different countries, and they are kind of renowned at it. Trophies and other such awards and things prominently placed around, and she kind of walks through them. Is anyone showing any particular interest in that kind of thing as y'all are moving through?
Roan will. That's interesting.
When Roan is showing interest, Charlotte immediately starts pointing at some of them out, and you're starting to recognize. You're pretty sure Sir Bryant fought in some of these tournaments.
Ooh.
And just moving around, and she points at the ones that were by her father. Some, some of the wins that her father had, some that she and her brother managed to bring home, and going generations back. Yes.
Are any of them in Sarmatia?
Yeah, there would have been. In fact, one of the ones that she names for herself was fought in the Sarmatian Commonwealth.
Huh. It is good that you made it out our way. What did you think of our hussars?
Great warriors. Let's say I'm grateful that the tilt was always one-on-one. There was much to be learned from the way they would ride together. In the grand melee itself, they very much dominated that particular tournament. Our Montanian side might have done a little bit better, but everyone was too eager to go off for their own glory. The Hussars were team until the end.
That is our way.
Is there any text or iconography that Leonora would kind of pick up? Because I mean, as everyone's been talking, like she's not going to just move around the house and like go wherever she wants. She's going to stay with the group, but she's going to like pay attention. And yeah, would there be something that she would recognize?
You see the occasional here, one second, let me grab the actual book. Sorry, I got to get to the right document with the right notes. So maybe the most famous literature to come out of Montaigne is called the Lier Cycle, and it's a story of knightly adventure type stuff written by Charles de Court. And you can see basically it's been translations are sold all over the place. Every nation kind of has their own variation on it, like usually because the original version is all Montanian knights, and in any other nation they will like squeak in a few of their own knights, like as if they were a part of the story. The Lamottes figure heavily in the Lier Cycle, and you are able to recognize pictures and paintings of scenes from these stories. They're very childlike. It's the knights are always brave and bold. The villains are always mustache twirlers and the like, including like a lot of them Vidachin. Like the evil Vidachin nobleman is a recurring thing, and the Vidachins love that. Like the Vidachi loves being the villain in Montanian mythology, and so they probably have the straightest translation of all of them. But yeah.
As I'm like looking at this and recalling some of the stuff that I may have read before, she has been hesitant, but she's gonna do one of those like peak reads. Like she's not gonna just be like, I'm gonna read. Like she's going to try to like take a moment and then like immediately close it off because she doesn't know how connected the previous incident would be to now.
At whom are you peeking?
At the lady.
So Charlotte.
Yes.
Charlotte.
I would say like I'm in the back of the group and everyone's in front of me, and Charlotte's kind of in the center. So she would be my peaked focus.
Charlotte is the war and the hero. You can see numerous connections between her and the other people in the house. Not unusual in noble houses and stuff like this. There is a connection between her and Umberto.
Fuck.
Okay. She took this and
you
she
can tell it's new in shaping, but it's shaping quickly.
Like she peeked at it and closed it, and she goes, "Hold on a minute," and then she's like staring at it.
Like the side glance, and then the wait, what?
Like a complete read double take. Yes. All right. Cool.
In at least one of the depictions of the Lier cycle, you see where the victorious knight is leading a strega, whose hands are bound with black ribbon and whose eyes are covered with black ribbon.
Fudge. Okay, yep. So she's gonna notice that, and she's going to avert her eyes and just kind of have her back to that painting.
Mykolas.
Yes.
Oh, you sounded like you were about to say something.
No, I just
look at my bad. All right, so y'all are moving through and walking around, and you can just see all of his heraldry. Umberto, what's going through your head at the moment?
A lot more questions. But he's going to he's going to kind of just like saunter up to Charlotte. So your nurse, she thought that was someone else. This Enzo person, who was they? Who were they?
From what I've seen, you do bear a similarity. He was my uncle. Around, well, a while ago, I wasn't yet born. He came from one of the northern families, and married my Aunt Sabine, who was the sister of my father. And they were apparently very much in love, and lots of stories. A very intense couple, but not in the direct line, but important members of the house. And then one day they just vanished.
Do you have any idea why? Does anyone know why?
She kind of glances around. Our family occasionally, our bloodline produces portiers. And there were some who believed that Sabine might have been one. The rule of the land is that any who are found to have the gift are taken to Charus to be trained to serve l'Emperor's portiers. They vanished so quickly. Some think they were taken by them. Some think they fled them.
I'm sorry. I'm overwhelming you with questions, and I'm a guest here.
No, I don't mind it at all. Chloe has a certain gravitas to her, and the way she approached you. You do. We have an image of them in the Hall of Portraits. If you would like to see it at some point, you'll understand why she thought as she did.
Absolutely, I would love that.
Anyway, she leads you all into a room, and you can see a grand dining hall is being set up. And this looks like there are a lot of people. It's a big fortress. It has a lot of people who work in it, and this is where all the knights, the chevaliers, the administrators, and a big table up front where the family will sit. And she looks around and is like, now, if Umberto and Roan, if you would like, you have certainly earned the spot at the head table where my tutors would have been seated if you would like to sit there. Or I can have you all at a table down here. And
I would not think to wound their pride even further by only stealing their, stealing their thunder, as people have said, but also stealing their chairs.
Understood.
Roan doesn't care. She is at that table.
Roan wants to sit at the front table, and she's like,
"Oh,
well,
hell
said,
yeah.
the spot will be open." So,
yeah.
And a knight from Avalon, always worth being met with. At the very least, I will want to be introducing you to my father. He may call on some of you to share tales. You all look like you probably have some good ones, and she's just being generally pleasant. As she's moving around. Reactions, things people are doing in the background, or if we're just watching our soaps.
Literally just watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just watching.
Raphael is watching and listening intently to most of what she has said, and has also been watching Roan just in general, because he's trying to maintain his own sense of decorum and going, holy crap, these people are who they are, and that's playing in the back of his head, but he's just kind of tuning in.
One of the things you would have seen, because it's in iconography everywhere, are the pictures of Sir Adrian Lamont, the first Adrian, the founder of the house. And some of it's him, like in other pictures of knights that they have. Some is like Vaticine iconography. One of the disciples of the second prophet. And there's a picture where you can see him standing next to Rico Sandoval.
I'm glad
they
I
would have
left the
traveled
painting.
together.
Yeah, I'm glad I left the painting on the ship. Because he's not lugging the dang thing around, but no, he's just like, he would pause at the picture of him with Rico and just stare for a moment. This might be the only time where he sort of lingers behind and just mutters under his breath in Castilian, oh, the places you've been.
Oh, and just so people know, just part of the legend, the pictures of Adrian, it's either him as a young man with a very handsome face, or anything even slightly older, and he's wearing a mask that is that seems to be made of gold. Part of his legend is he fell in love with a princess in the Samartian Commonwealth. A rival poisoned him, and one of the second prophet's miracles was curing him of the poison, but it left his face badly scarred, and the princess gave him a golden mask to wear. Mykolas, you had it.
Yeah, it occurred to me, we are in a Montanian court. Are any of the people there taking advantage of speaking in Montanian to sort of disguise what their thoughts are about us?
So there is Montanian muttering going on, but most of it seems to be word is getting around about what happened to Charlotte's tutors. And so it's the, we don't want to be rude. We don't want to treat them like a sideshow, but I heard she jumped and just like knocked him off and like had full control of the horse before he even hit the ground, or like, and so that kind of thing. You also hear a number of people take one look at Roan and be like, oh, I want to tilt with her. That's going to be fun. Because they're jousters, they're chevaliers, and she looks like she'd be good at it.
Okay. Nothing threatening, though. Nothing
threatening. The household seems to be in a pretty good mood.
Okay.
Though, Chloe, you occasionally will pick up the name Enzo. There's people kind of glancing over at Umberto.
Duly noted. That's going in the file for later, Cock.
Lenora's going to take a quick moment and kind of step next to Umberto and whisper in his ear. It seems that the lady of the house is taking quite kindly to you quite quickly. I would just be very careful.
Are there armrests on the chairs?
Yes.
He is gripping them tightly. Like one loud noise and these things are coming off.
Is everything okay? You seem tense.
And he will say in very, very low tone Vadachin, we will discuss this later. Cousin.
Noted. Cousin. And she will walk over to her place and sit down.
All right. As the food is starting to be brought up, there are a few trumpeters who suddenly raise their instruments and they give a loud, because we're still Montanian, and so everything is fancy. There's this sort of musical, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a very brief, like some
a fanfare.
Yeah, fanfare. Announced, and the doors open, and Olivier Lemont, and by his side Edgar Lemont, the ruling duke and his heir, both step out, well dressed, but not. They are restrained by Montanian standards. In almost any other country, they would be a little overdressed, but in Montaigne, they dialed it in a bit, and they come out. Charlotte quickly kind of runs up and joins with them and kind of talks to them, and they all sort of take their seat at the table. Umberto, as you look at Olivier, the resemblance to your mother is immediately obvious to you.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it together. And he is not okay. Not okay at all.
The meal starts and food and drink are being shared. The meal is delicious. A wide variety of things. They have some specialized Vadachin meals. Well, not full Vadachin meals, but specialties of Vadachin cuisine that they bring over. They have some Castilian. There's even a few. They even have a bottle of Samartian vodka that they bring over for Mykolas. Just to make that, they're like, we don't have much cuisine, but we do have this that we thought might remind you of home.
Yes, thank you very much.
And the meal's being shared, and then there's a bang at the table of the family of the Duke, and the Duke stands up and says, "My household, you may have noticed I have a guest sitting up here with me," and he turns to the seat that was taken, and it's like, "Allow me to announce to you all, from the Glamour Isles and Avalon, Sir Roan Ibex of Sheedguard." And there is a genuine, interested ovation, and folks kind of clapping for Rowan.
She is going to stand and salute as a knight.
One of the chevaliers yells from the table, "Do you intend to do any tilting while you're here?"
Her eyes light like a you see fire. She goes, "Are you volunteering?"
They all kind of look around, and Charlotte shouts out, "Be careful who volunteers. You all heard how Reginald went down, and she didn't even have a lance."
And I was trained with a lance originally. Think about it.
And they're all looking around, and someone says, "Would you be interested then in facing our champion, the best among us?"
Yeah.
At which point Duke Olivier turns and looks at you and says, "I accept the challenge."
Oh no. Because I don't know why, but in my head, he's a bigger dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's in good fun. And so folks are talking about that and everything. It's like, but now, along with Sir Roan Ibex, we believe we have other guests with us as well. Another who fell Sir Dillard. And this would be one of the Vidachins in our midst, Umberto Vitale.
He will get up, and after he realizes that he's being called upon, oh yes, excuse me, and he'll just kind of get up stiffly and look very anxious, and yes, hello.
Could you tell, because yours is the victory that Lady Charlotte wasn't able to describe in such great detail, because apparently she wasn't looking when it initially happened. You were the one who saw them, though. Tell us this tale.
In my country, in Vodachi, yes, I see a woman being chased by two men who look a little unseemly.
There's a laugh at that. The Vidachin thought they looked sketchy.
I was trained to... It is my duty back home to protect, and I saw a woman in need, so I reacted.
And he did so marvelously, shouts out Charlotte. And folks are laughing about...
I wouldn't say... I merely took the man off his horse. Sir Rowan here, however, she took the man's horse as well. My story, I was just the one who... I was the bloodhound who found the prey. Sir Rowan was the one who finished them off.
The meal is going on well. Drinks are being shared and everything, and the sort of formal period of eating has come to an end, and folks are sort of milling around. The eating is not done by any extent, but now it's just much less formal. And Charlotte kind of comes down, Umberto, to where you're sitting and walks up to you and do you mind?
Not at all. How can I help?
She sits down and is like, you understand no one holds you in any ill regard for what you did. If anything, the Chevaliers here are much more protective of me than I would like, and so the fact that you jumped so quickly to my defense, they're all on your side. You don't need to worry.
It will take some time to adjust. In Vodachi, you had better have a damn good reason for doing what you did, or you are slapped in irons, or worse, you don't see tomorrow.
Yes, I can assure you, I understand the concern, but this is no merchant prince's household. Old school honor and chivalry, as well as we can. We don't pretend to always get it right, but we do our best.
Yes, you do.
Would you like to see the image? You showed some interest in it before, in the...
Please.
In the Hall of
Please.
Portraits.
I would.
And she
Appreciate that.
kind of gestures for you to follow her and starts walking. Notices. Folks with one notice, you will see that they got up and left. Left together. Those with two notice will notice that as they do that, you see some people in the hall around. So this would be two or higher. Some people in the hall around notice her walking off with him, and there's a lot of maybe is she interested? Da, 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 da. You know, like some people wondering if that's a thing.
Lenora would be looking, like, obviously perceiving this conversation. Whether or not she heard it is whatever. But
It
she's
was right there, so
perceiving-
you could have heard it unless she was not trying to be quiet. So
right. She is going to give like a brief and just like look at him with kind of a questionable face, like, are you sure? Do you need anyone to go with you? Like da 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 da.
And he will look and he will just give a very gentle no.
She is going to like put her eyes down, and then she's going to like put her hand to her dagger, and she's gonna just like unsheath just a little bit of it, and she goes, "Are you sure?"
Vidachi's got a Vidachi. I will stab Mykolas for you if that will help. I'm ready.
He's right
here.
So at least you just got
You'd
maybe
be
later.
amazed how often it comes in handy. I just... So she kind of leads you off, and not very far though, because the family hall of portraits is actually connected to the dining hall, and it's big, and there are lots and lots of portraits. And as you're walking in, there's this odd sensation of familiarity. Just the number of times you see something that reminds you of your mother is happening over and over and over again. Yeah, there are a couple of objects we should establish. Where's the chess piece and where's the dragon egg?
Umberto would have the chess piece with him.
Okay.
I have the eggy.
Okay. And she leads you up to one portrait, and she's like, my aunt and uncle, though I never met them, Enzo and Sabine. And you are looking at younger versions of your parents. And you can see Enzo, Sabine is of House Lamont, and Enzo was of House Lehe. That house does not immediately ring a bell for you.
Yeah. He will look at it and he won't say a word. He'll just step a little closer to it, and he'll reach up and just gently touch the frame.
What is it?
I can see the resemblance. It is rather eerie. Makes me miss home.
It was quite a shock to my father when they disappeared. For it to be so quick. And she gestures to a little plaque underneath, and it shows, again, shows the name Sabine Lamont, Enzo Lehe, and then not pictured, one son, Adrian.
Could have been worse.
Oh, right. They had an infant. Disappeared with them.
Would it be impolite to ask your father? No, never mind.
What?
I like to hear stories. The woman that waits for me back home, she loves stories. So I like to hear tales of different kinds. So I was wondering if your father would have known anything, perhaps where they might have gone.
I don't think he knows, but... And she's looking back and forth at the painting and at you. And then a deep voice comes from behind you. It is so rare that my daughter walks off alone with a guest. And she turns around and is like, Father, it's not like that. And he's like, at this point, I don't know I'd entirely mind if it was, but yes, Mr. Vitale, the Duke Olivier, walking up to you.
Forgive me, sir. I was simply curious about the art and stories.
My sister Sabine and her husband Enzo. One of every house has its tragedies. Usually there's a good story, but they just vanished.
It is unfortunate. Someone you care about just leaving like that.
Their son, Adrian, 3 months old when they were gone. A bit of a shame. He and Charlotte would have grown up together.
Yes. He might have had a friend who actually didn't threaten him.
At that, he tilts his head. Looks at the painting, looks at you. Adrian?
No. And he's trying to fight back. He is trying not to break down at this point.
You look so much like Enzo. Except your mouth. That's from Sabine.
And he'll just kind of tilt his head. And you look so much like Mother.
And all of a sudden you are wrapped up in a bear hug. Like, he's not enough taller than you that your feet leave the floor, but you get... And then he... Apologies. How did you... Where have you been? Vidachi, obviously, but...
I know about as much as you right now.
My sister, Sabine, is she...
Are his parents alive at this point?
We have not established, so that's to you. You get to choose.
Has she always been the spring meadow, but the moment something goes wrong, the torrential storm?
Had you sat at the family table, the seat where Charlotte was sitting, you would notice that one of the arm guards has been repaired from when she ripped one of them off to hit a chevalier over the head who she felt had not respected her.
It would explain the scar. Father never told me what happened, but I assumed it was from her.
Well, he married her 3 weeks after that, so...
He respects her now. But unfortunately, I don't know why they did not respect me enough to tell me.
Umberto, you go by Umberto.
Yes, it is the only name I've ever known until these last few moments.
Then they ran, hid. Not from us, that I know of. I would have defended them from anyone.
Except
Probably.
those.
Go ahead.
Except those that travel ways you do not.
At that, he shoots a sharp look at Charlotte. And she nods. Are you Portier?
It was, I do believe I heard someone mention that they believed Mother was.
They both were. And Charlotte looks at him shocked. Enzo? Rogue. He came here to hide. But he fell in love with her.
Is there punishment for those that have the ability but do not go for this training?
All Portier, by definition, according to the law, are in service of l'Empereur, or king, if you go more than one generation back.
If you are to discover one amongst you who is outside of this, will it put you in danger?
He chuckles. I have marched my armies where l'Empereur did not wish them to be. I honor the Emperor where he deserves it. But he does not tell me what I do in my house. So long as my men stand and follow orders, and my men always, my soldiers are among the finest in the world. We will protect our family.
And I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
You have lived your life as Umberto Vitale, and you have accomplishments that are attached to that name. But I see it in you. And in the companions you choose. You belong to House Lamat. Named for our greatest hero. Well, except even as I say it, Umberto Vitale is who you are. The name Adrian doesn't seem to fit quite right. I don't entirely understand. Perhaps Strega from Vadachi might be able to explain it.
It is a Strega I seek. She is important to me, and once we leave here, we are making haste that way.
There's a moment of kind of sadness on his face. It is almost impossible to believe that my sister's son has arrived on his way to somewhere else. But we all have tasks we must complete.
I will make you a deal. When all this is over, when our journey is finished, I will come back here. I will have many more interesting stories to give.
Then allow me to say, Umberto Vitale. He kind of glances at you, looks you over, and then reaches behind him. And he's got a long sword hanging from his belt, but you realize he also has a rapier. And he pulls it out. And he offers it to you. It is often traditional for an uncle, where we have one, to give a young man his blade. I was too late to give you your first. But here.
He'll kind of gently reach out and take it.
It is incredibly well made. You have a good rapier for a man in the employ of a merchant prince. This is the sort of thing nobility would carry. Nobility who know how to use swords. And it bears the mark of Lamont, of the gilded stag.
Thank you, Uncle.
Nephew. Now, before the whole house decides very awkwardly that you two are in a moment of courtship, we should probably return to the house.
Yes. If you don't mind, would you allow me to trail behind you a moment?
Of course.
Excellent.
Shall I bring my daughter with me?
Yes, please.
All right. He takes her arm. She's like,
and if you could do me this one small favor, can you look a little disappointed?
Of course.
I like to torment my friends. It's a gift.
So, shortly thereafter, you all are kind of, what was that all about? What's happening? And you see you'd seen the Duke note them leave and stand up and follow. Shortly thereafter, you see the Duke come out, holding his daughter. His daughter has his arm, and they both look a little bit bummed.
With how high my empathy is, can I tell what the heck what's going in? Like, do the equivalent of an insight check or a vibe check?
Your empathy's at 3. Is that correct? 4?
I believe so. Let me double check. No, it's at 2.
It's at 2.
Yes.
They look bummed. You're not sure about what, though. It seems kind of all over the place. Like, usually if someone looks sad, it's like, oh, that's they had a hope dash sad. It feels more bittersweet.
Huh. He just sort of raises an eyebrow, but doesn't, just is one of those, gonna make a mental note to ask him about this later. Because he's been 80 shades of wound up. And just,
well, no, this is the Duke and Charlotte. Umberto has not.
I know that. It's just he's taking a note of it from. He's going to ask Umberto what they potentially talked about later. He's not going to. That's his mental note.
And a little bit after that, Umberto comes out.
He comes out wide-eyed, like a little freaked out, and he just sits down in his chair, and he's not looking at anyone.
Leonora is going to, like, when the Lord of the House and Charlotte come out, she's like, in Vidachin, what the hell did he just do? Like, la 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 la, like just like in her food, in her drink, like covering her face, going, oh my god, they're gonna kick us out. And then once Umberto sits down, she's going to punch him in the arm. What did you do in Vidachin?
Take a minor wound.
Worth it. So he says in Vidachin, so she took me to see the painting, all right? I was not tall enough to point out there was this noticeable difference between myself and the person in the painting. So I used my sword and
did you deface a painting?
So look,
oh my god, so we're all gonna go to jail for this.
No, my uncle would never do that to us, right, Uncle? You wouldn't put us in jail.
I'm sorry, what?
You say that out loud.
Yes.
He laughs and it's like, of course not, nephew. I would not.
What? She's gonna punch him again.
Well, another minor wound. Wait, is that too dramatic?
No.
Damn it!
Oh.
It's not dramatic enough for you. Whack whack, 2 more.
I mean, if it gets me my point and brawl, I'll do it. What do you mean?
Yes, you punched enough to get your point and brawl.
Now who's being dramatic?
Perfect.
God in the sky is like, okay, fine.
Umberto will start laughing.
Good news then.
Interesting news, to say the least. I want to say, but seeing how Rafael reacted with the news of who we were going to meet, I'm not sure. I'm not sure he could handle this.
You are a nephew of one of the most affluent families. It just like it starts going off in rapid fire Castilian in all the stuff that he left out earlier, going on this hyperfixation rant to Umberto about this. Rowan catches this and it's just hearing all this and it's like and then finishes it off. And you are acting like this is some casual thing.
You see, this is why I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, you!
And Roan will be
Hit
like,
him! Hit him! Hit him!
Roan will go, babe, you're here. We need you here.
That's real rich coming from you.
Fair. Anyway, so I'll cut the head off this monster, right?
Lenora just like speaks
people are just like, Rowan has no shortage of audience for Hunter stories.
Yeah, no. At some point, she brings out Sir Blade, and she's like, and then she's like, being very over the top, of course.
Oh, they love it, and folks are swapping stories back with you. There are a few hunters in the group, none with the Velgrim Guild, but with some of the other guilds, and they're swapping the stories too. And it just there's a bit of competition to it. And one of them even looks over, it's like, "Did you bring any heads with you?"
Puta madre. She was just gonna say Wish Hook is still acting real fast without even thinking about it, and then she's gonna sit down. No. There's a reason though.
There's always a good reason.
Did she
There's
tell you
always-
about the time that she...
No, Rowan, I'm on your side.
Did she tell you of the time she flew off of a church?
I did do that. I was fighting
Of
a
course,
gargoyle.
she was being lofted up by a gargoyle, but
Yeah.
And the tree caught her fall, so it was great.
And everyone here, do not worry. If this one, and he will point at Leonora, if she ever gets in the mood to stab you, you'll be fine. Just stand behind this one.
All right.
She goes, is that where you're going to be hiding, Cugino? And she's gonna pull out one of her daggers.
There are some approving looks, like this is a pretty girl who's not afraid to stab someone. There's some chevaliers here who are into it.
So suddenly one of them pulls out flowers, one has a ring.
Yeah. This one
Mykolas,
wants to
like-
buy you flowers. This one wants to talk for hours. This one has diamonds in his pockets. This one wants to buy you rockets.
Just
go ahead.
appears behind one of them.
There's good energy. Then Duke Olivier looks at Rowan and says, "I believe it's time. I saw you have your horse, and quite a war beast seems to be. Do you have tilting armor? Will you need to borrow a set? I believe we have one that would fit you."
Well, I have my armor, of course.
Shall
But I mean, now that I know that you're, the uncle of one of my closest friends, I'm going to beat you in the dirt.
I cannot wait. And he goes out, and there is a tilting ground. It is set up. It is beautifully set up, though the ground does look like it frequently gets really torn up, where knights get knocked off of horses and crash into the ground, surrounded in heavy armor. The Duke comes out in just amazing looking tilting armor. He doesn't have actual antlers on the helmet, but there is like filigree in the helmet, giving sort of like the Captain America wings, only it's antlers kind of going around the helmet, and the family crest embossed on the shield. And what's Rowan looking like is she mounts Persepolis.
She will. I think this is the first time everyone's seen her in it for the first time. Her full-on Knight of Duda armor.
Oh yeah, this is
yeah.
She's wearing the mantle.
She has the mantle like on the armor, and it just, in my opinion, every Knight of Avalon's armor is very different and look. Hers is very bulky and just kind of almost like fits with her muscles, and is very showy. It gives out I'm a knight, but the party is still here.
Very much so.
Beautiful silver. everywhere, with like dark red inlay, and she is on Persepolis, and has given him his proper vestments.
Persepolis is so ready for this, and is like eyeing the horse, and the other horse is eyeing him. Probably not a fae, but definitely a very well-trained war beast. And the two of you line up. I am going to be spending a villain point because you are going up against a professional and champion tilter. So this is now going to be easy for you. But let's see what the dice do. Go ahead and give me for this first charge your well, let's see. Are you just going in to hit him as hard as you can, or are you going in to not lose your own seating?
Oh, she is.
Are you riding to knockdown, or are you riding to survive?
Knockdown. She is hitting him hard, or trying to anyway.
All right, go ahead and give me your brawn and weaponry.
Okay. Oh yeah, and I get that extra thing.
I will give you a hero.
We are out of that scene, so the blessing is no longer with you.
Well, the extra thing is the what's it
flare?
called? The bruiser.
Oh, right.
I am, however, giving you a hero point.
Yay! Extra die, correct?
Yeah, extra 3 dice.
We said that hero points can't stack, right?
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that would be really cool. That and well, let me reread it because I think it's just 1 for bruiser. But I'm not sure. It's been a minute. Yep. All right. You spend a villain point doesn't mean I'm counting to 15, or
yeah,
it is. Okay.
You need 15s, but if you roll a 10, that is an auto raise.
Okay, well, let me put that back. Math.
Because if you roll an ace on the die, it should be a win. It just feels bad if it's not.
Yeah, 3 left over with 3 raises.
3 raises. He managed to get 4. So the two of you ride together and you smash into each other. Both lances shatter from the impact, and everyone in the arena can like feel the impact. Like it is a wham. Rowan, you've been doing this for a while. You don't lose your seat, and you know you got a good hit on him. You can't remember ever putting a hit on someone and them hitting you as well back. And that's what just happened. Both of you are a little bit shaken. Neither of you fall. And you take 4 minor wounds.
Ooh.
From just pure impact. But the armor's more than up to it, so is his. And you go around and you hear him giving a war whoop, and all the chevaliers around are cheering, they're drinking. Great energy all around. You're feeling a little wonky. This time, are you still riding for your strongest hit, or are you riding to try to keep your seat?
Strongest hit. She's a violent rider. All right. Yeah, that was damn near the same thing I wrote last time. And you count so much faster than I do. That is 3 again.
4 again.
Fuck.
The two of you, that was a less good roll, but actually not all that different. The two of you crash into each other. It's another major hit. You take another 4.
Bring me to a dramatic.
He gets beat back. You take your first dramatic wound. You're not down, but again, he's hitting you as hard as you hit, which is like. And how does Rowan feel? Because Rowan is so used to having the strength advantage in every fight. Up against a fighter, probably the first since Bryant himself, who could actually go blow for you. How is she feeling?
she's getting. She was a bit nervous at first, because she didn't want to like hurt a head of a house that she barely knew. But upon learning the information that, because he considers Umberto, she considers Umberto family. So learning that he's an uncle, yeah, she is very excited. And the way she kind of gets through these things is that she picture him as a monster on that horse. And right now he's a beast.
This is where she's going to lose a duke's head. All right, so let's go ahead and
I'm going to give Rowan another hero point.
all right.
Yay!
I'm going to remind Took, if your skill is 3, you can re-roll one of your dice.
Oh fuck yeah! I forgot about that.
So keep that in mind when you're counting up.
Cool.
Those 15s are keeping him in this.
Yeah. Also, a question.
Yeah.
It says rank 4 sets of 15 equals 2 raises, right? Is that for just skills or raises? Not raise traits. Is it for both traits and skills?
No, it is skills.
Just skills.
Just skills only.
Just
Okay, cool. All right. Reroll. Wait.
The dude is consistent.
The Duke is a gangster. And you say, oh yeah, because I can reroll one of them.
That was his first 10.
That's better. Math. Fuck. 3 again.
3 again.
Wait.
And 4 again. And on this one, Rowan, you are actually unhorsed. The hit comes in. He is staggering because he's also absorbed a dramatic. And barely manages to stay on his horse. Rowan, you finally just get knocked down. And go flying, you hit. And you can't remember the last time you got on horse. Like, you don't do... Rowan hasn't done a lot of tournament fighting, preferring hunting, but it's not often someone else knocks you off the horse. And so you all watch. Rowan takes the hit, crashes into the ground. That'll be, I'm going to say an auto dramatic, because it's not only do you take the 4, but then you take the hit to the ground. So it's your second dramatic wound as Rowan kind of crashes down, and Raphael's by her side almost right away.
Oh, she is in full fight mode. So if does Raphael run up to her?
He does, like, because he at least runs to the fence and does the sharp whistle to catch her attention, because he's seen her go this fight mode before.
Oh yeah. No, she doesn't, like, hop up, but she definitely gets up way faster than anyone should in full armor. She, like, damn near like a vampire, just shoots up to her feet. And she almost rushes at him just off the adrenaline, and then hears the whistle and stops. And then go.
He laughs and goes, "Not a melee, just a tilt."
I know.
But he raises a chair, and you get people around here are not used to someone riding 3 charges at him. Like, they are impressed in how you stood up in that fight. This is a world champion jouster, and you went 3 rounds with him. And so he comes over, grabs your arm and says, "Brilliantly fought."
That was really cool, man. She's gonna like clap him, like slap his armor a bit, and be like, "That is the first time ever anyone has knocked me off my horse." So
I will take that. I will take that as an honor. I have not felt a blow like that. What was his name? Avalonian, like you.
And she just starts to laugh like greatly, very similar to Sir Brian. And she goes, "Well, I was taught by the man, so I'm glad that he gave you a run for your money."
You fought Sir Bryant.
Yeah, he was my teacher.
He was one of mine as well. I was just a young man when we dueled. Well, not when we jousted.
He basically raised me, so no wonder
So
why
good
you.
to you.
Oh, that's why you did that little hitch thing, because he used to do. Yeah.
He laughs. And he's like, "Well, we will definitely have to drink to Sir Bryant later tonight." And
Yeah.
everyone is just sort of moving around. So, Leonora, Umberto, Rafael, Mykolas, while this is going on, some of you were obviously cheering on, giving up. Is anyone up to anything in particular while this jousting and everything is going on?
I do have one thing that Mykolas pulls Leonora aside for a moment and says, tomorrow, I would like to steal you for a little bit.
That is quite the coincidence, because I was going to ask the same.
I have a plan to help you get through the hard places in your country.
Oh, well, if you're already doing that, I don't want to ask too much of you, so...
No. Talk.
Only if I'm allowed to speak. I would like your assistance with a little more. I would like you to train me how to fight.
Okay. I can do that.
And I don't mean what I've done in the past, which again, I apologize for all of these stray daggers and the punches here and there, but I realize I need some more training by a soldier. She's gonna like exhale, and she's going to like look very somberly, and she's going, "Mykolas, I'm scared. I am very frightened of what awaits us in Vadachi. And I am afraid that my powers may be taken advantage of. So I wish to use them as little as possible when in Vadachi."
He'll nod and reach over for your hand.
She'll give it.
And he'll grasp it in a sort of reassuring way and be like, This is a lesson soldiers know. It's good that you fear. Fear tells you where the danger is. Fear drives you to do the things you need to do. Do not worry about being afraid. Just don't let it control you. You control it. And the rest, I'll help you through.
She's going to nod, and she's going to take those words, and she's going to kind of recite those words to herself. That fear doesn't control you. Fear doesn't control you. And she's going to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it.
Now, tomorrow, let's find you clothes to make you look like a soldier.
Do I not dress like a soldier? Never mind. Yes, I will. We'll be sure to meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Of course.
Mykolas, in the back of your head, you hear, "Oh, little witch, there is so much we can teach you to fear."
I'm going to say that for a change, he doesn't flinch because he doesn't want her to see it.
Yeah.
Sneaky, sneaky.
We'll go ahead and just give it that time, like you'll be aware, and that happens. Other things. Umberto, how about you?
Umberto's
You've been
gonna,
given this big haymaker.
Yeah, Umberto's gonna just kind of nudge Raphael. You want to go meet my parents?
Indeed. Show me these people who have given birth to a legend, apparently. I should have been addressing you differently.
Don't. It's overwhelming to say the least, but as I said, you seem to know a lot about this family, and the attention would have I would have had to beat you with a stick.
I have decorum, you know. And plus, if I didn't rib you at least a little bit, I feel like you would think something is wrong with me.
That's fair.
So you're easily able to get to the Hall of Portraits, and there, Raphael, you can see the images of Enzo, Sabine, and see that their child was named Adrian, after the disciple of the second prophet.
He looks at the painting and studies it for a moment, and then looks over to Umberto and goes,
I don't see it.
That is because it's a case of being so deep in the forest you can't see the trees.
No, I just don't see how anyone can confuse me for my father. I am far handsomer.
I mean, you do have a certain cut to your jaw that your mother saw fit to give you. It's a really good service that she did. That's for certain.
Yes. I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad I got to a lot of the good features of my mother, because my father,
He's not so bad.
What's with the ears, though?
Did you know the name Adrian? Do you know where that originally came from, as far as as it pertains to here?
Until we got here, I was under the impression Umberto was the only name I had.
That is fair. He traveled with the second prophet, was a friend to him, a disciple of sorts. And there is a picture somewhere in here, I think I could probably take you to it, where the original Adrian is standing with Rico.
Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Probably best we don't say anything about that.
We don't have to say anything, no, but you are aware. There's...
Mm-hmm.
You have a powerful namesake, but you are a person in your own right. You know that, right?
I'm learning I'm a lot of different things.
You carry a lot of different things and a lot of different skills, but you are you. You cannot let someone else dictate who you are. Only you can do that. No matter what anyone says to you, what you carry in there, and we'll sort of point at his chest in the area above his heart. He doesn't actually touch him, mostly because he's not about to violate personal space without permission. It's just going to point at what you carry there. That is what makes you who you are, and no one can take that from you.
We're going to cut away as the evening is going on, and there's a very celebratory air. We got to see a really good joust. People are having a good time. The drinking is kicking up. The meal has turned into a party, which seems to be a party that's going to go on for a good long while. And there's starting to be whispers because of the loud uncle to nephew across the grand hall. there's a lot of whispering. Enzo, Sabine, and another name keeps cropping up. Adrian. Is this Adrian? Leonora. Every time you hear the name Adrian, a sense of almost primal revulsion rises up in your chest. That is not his name. That is wrong. His name is Umberto, not Adrian. They're getting it wrong, and you know it instinctively.
Can I tell that these people are talking about Umberto?
You
Or can I only
they're
hear
not being
the name?
particularly subtle in it, and so, and it's one of those like when you like walking around, you get like a moment of nausea, you know, when or like a hit of vertigo, and then it immediately passes. Like it's not like you're profoundly grumpy now. It's just every time you hear it, like a bad texture, like it's just wrong.
I'm going to take a moment to read the room.
You see the connections. You see connections forming between Umberto and Charlotte, Umberto and Olivier, Umberto and Edgar, the son, the heir. And it reminds you of family connections.
Are any of them saying Adrian?
You're pretty sure you see Olivier say Adrian, though he also says Umberto. Which is odd, like when he does both. You see Chloe, the old woman Chloe, just like staring at him, crying, and saying Adrian, 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 over and over again.
I feel like every time someone says Adrian, it's almost as if like there's pins and needles that are attaching to the threads that are attached, but the needles are directed towards me. So every time, like there's a ping, but it's like a migraine, like painful ping. And with all of that, I'm sure it's late in the evening. She is going to try to find a quiet patch outside under the moonlight or under no moonlight, whatever, the night sky. And she is going to take out her sorte deck.
All right.
And she's going to shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. And she's going to say the name Adrian. And did his mother take his father's name, or did his father take his mother's name?
Yeah. What you've gotten is that Enzo came from a lesser house, and so they were matrilineal.
So she's just going to just say the name Adrian, and then she's going to look at the top card.
You pull up a blank card.
She's going to put it down. She's going to say Adrian again. She's going to pull up the top card.
Blank.
She's going to shuffle those two cards back in the deck, and she's going to mix them up, mix them up, mix them up. And then she's going to say Umberto Vitale, and she's going to pull up the first card.
Umberto, what are your arcana again?
Hold, please.
It's the Lovers in War.
Thank you.
First card you pull up is the Lovers.
And she's going to say Umberto Vitale one more time, and she's going to pull up the next card.
War.
And then she's gonna call upon Adrian again.
Blank.
And she'll do that twice. And then she will take both sets of cards and try to like push them together in some fashion. But they're
A
not
gust of
taking.
wind comes in and scatters them. Scatters your deck. Like, nice little game of 52 pickup. Like, just cards kind of go everywhere.
And she's going to go shit, shit, shit. And she's going to try to like pick up all her cards as quickly as possible.
As you are picking your cards up and you're putting them together, he isn't Adrian. His fate rejects the name Adrian.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and she knows this to be true. Like she is fully partial to the name Umberto Vitale, and so is fate.
And it reminds you of times in the past when there were arguments between parents, and one name was used in the name day blessing, and another was not.
She's gonna take her deck one more time. She's going to kneel down on the ground and she's going to say Leonora Orsini. And she's going to put 2 cards face down.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to close her eyes. She's going to like kind of say a silent prayer. And then she's going to flip them over.
Blank.
Yep. She'll take those. She will rip them up and throw them to the wind.
As you throw them to the wind, you're standing on one of many balconies, looking out over the island, looking out over the bay. And the sun is starting to set. But in the light of the setting sun, you see another ship coming into port. All black. Black wood. Black sails. And flying the fleur-de-lis of l'Empereur. But rather than in the usual colors, it is a black background with a bloody red symbol. And aboard that ship, far beyond what Leonora is yet capable of seeing, though she can make him out because eagle eye, so you can see
I do have
people,
eagle eye.
but not even at eagle eye, this is too far away to make out anything in particular. A number of men in mostly black clothing stare up, and stepping forward, Pierre Moreau, portier in service to l'Empereur, looks up at the gilded rack and says, Charlotte Lummo, your father cannot protect you any longer. And with that, we are going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you so much to Basics of the Game for hosting us. Thank you so much to Dragon of the Dark Rose for producing us. Thank you so much to all of my great players. And as always, keep playing more games.